your pretty face. I wish that you had never gone away. You're always on my mind and here to stay. Grace.
I see all the people led into deception by the very men bound to care, blinded by the promises, unknowingly sold despair. So leave your herd of sheep and follow this shepherd to revolutionary ends. The world that you knew has changed around you. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. Are you ready for? Are you ready for? Are you ready for a revolution? Revolution. revolutions now. It's happening all around you. If you cannot see, pull aside the curtain and see the war machine. It's time for you to rise up and prepare. So arm your fellow man, 'cause it's become destructive to its own ends. The world that you knew has changed around you. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. Are you ready for? Are you ready for? Are you ready for a revolution? A revolution. Revolutions now. It's happening all around you. If you cannot see, pull aside the curtain and see the war machine. It's time for you to rise up and prepare. So arm your fellow man, 'cause they become destructive to their own ends. The world that you knew has changed around you. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. It's all become a money game. Are they ready for? Are they ready for? Are they ready for? We the people. We the people.
It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. It costs that much 'cause I don't have superpowers. So you need to pay for my skills 'cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours. You need to pay for my skills 'cause exposure doesn't pay the bills. It costs that much 'cause it takes me fucking hours.
We have a great show for you this evening, apparently.
Oh no.
Doc! Oh no! Jesus!
I'm great. There we go. Can I do that again? Cut. Action.
Hold it down.
Oh my god. I'm trying
Hold
so
it.
hard.
Hold.
Wait, I got mine. Wait. Sir, this is a Wendy's. You really are stoned, aren't you? I'm like still trying to figure out if you are or not. I've been seriously trying to figure out for so long.
What is going on? First off, can you hear me? Can you hear what I am saying out there in the ether? Thank you, Miguel. Miguel, you are my go-to. You are my number one guy. You know what that was, right? That was, it was What's-His-Face from Batman, played by What's-His-Face. That wasn't a Batman villain, What's-His-Face. There was a villain called Two-Face, but not What's-His-Face. So, yeah, what's his name? Jack, who said that? Who said that? Who said Jack something? He was, Jack, no. It was, oh, did he? Well, okay, Ed, technically he did say it, all right? But he was mimicking, what's his face? The guy who said it initially. You know, the guy who did push-ups, at the Oscars. God, what's his name? You know, Ripley's Believe It or Not. You know, that guy. All right. When you figure it out, let me know. In the meantime, Jack Palance, Rick, winner, chicken dinner. I'm going to shout out the peeps here real quick before I forget, because I'm a little stoned. And I ain't got no hip tonight. That woman done run off and left me. She out there dancing around out there, being all wicked and shit. Nah, it's Jimmy's birthday today, so she turned 19. Again, I'm not going to say how many times she's turned 19, but happy birthday, doll. Hope you're having a great time out there. Don't worry about the show. You know, I'll do the show. You know, I'll do all the heavy lifting. Jimmy's like, fuck your show. It's my birthday, bitch. No, so happy birthday, Jimmy. Hope you're having fun out there. So I'm going to start in reverse. I'm going to start with Rockfin first, because sometimes I forget Rockfin, because I forget that, you know, we actually have dedicated viewers on there now, which is great. I'm very humbled by our presence on Rockfin. We also have people on Rumble watching. It said 4 people watching on Rumble, and I know I'm one of them. But I don't know who the other 3 are, but whoever you are or is, welcome, and don't be shy. Feel free to chat. If you don't like what you hear, tell me to fuck off. I don't care. So anyway, here on Rockfin, we got Laura is with us. Hello, Laura. We got Jim and Copeland. Good to see all of you nice folks over here on the YouTubers. We have a bunch of folks here on this hot July evening. I've got this new thing going on here, so I'm hoping the audio is a little better than it usually is. First off, I have the fans off. So you're welcome. Just be glad this isn't smell-o-vision, okay? Woo! A little ripe in here when the fans aren't on. But it doesn't sound like, I'm chasing a plane down a tarmac either. Willie says, wait a minute, where is it? There he goes. He goes, that's okay. I'll be 24 on my next birthday. Snow Himbo, what's up, buddy? He says he turns 18 in October. Okay, Stoner, I'm getting off track. I gotta say hi to everybody. We got Ed, Snow Himbo. We've got Propaganda, good to see you. Willie, good to see you as well. There's Jimmy up there being all queen bee. Good to see you, sweetheart. Happy birthday again. We got Miguel. We've got Gamer, of course. We got Sweet Velvet. Good to see you, sweetie. We got Anonymous. Good to see you. Ed, did I see? I said you. Yes, of course. Who else we got up in this mug? We need critical thinking. V, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that last name. Olafsdottir. Okay, I did attempt it. I'm sorry. Welcome. Yes, you said I'm just following the Cool Kids Club. Yes. Well, I don't know if we're the cool kids. We're kind of like the secret kids. We're the forgotten children. This is the Gen X of shows, the forgotten generation. Who else we got over here? We got Baza. We've got Janice Anderson. Good to see both of y'all. Who else is up in the mix? Gamer, I see you. Gamer's like Visa. He's everywhere. Midnight Karma. Good to see you. I think I got Screw Google, of course. If my buddy Seth is watching, Screw Google loves the music. Checked out your stuff online and said thumbs up. Paraphrasing, but still good times. So thank you for that. And we love Seth. The Desolate Dreams. Also Phat Patsy. Very talented and funny too. The guy does stand-up comedy too, or at least he used to. I don't know if he still does or not, but hell of a funny guy. He's like somebody who's on cocaine, only they're not on cocaine. He's just always energetic and happy, but good guy. Him and his wife Christy, just my brother and sister out there somewhere in the ether. So it's always good to hear his music and all the music we have. We had some I was mentioning, I think Ed mentioned that Ryan from last American Vagabond, he does music. He was on Extra Bulla at one point, and we were talking about music. We often do a segment on there, or a show called Music in the Movement. So that was kind of an unofficial Music in the Movement, because we also talk mostly about his show. But yeah, good guy and good tunes. And also, folks, if you know people who have music that's not like copyright protected, they're just fucking around with like Garage Band, or just some stuff that sounds good. You know what kind of music we play around here. It's just kind of laid back, kind of cool. So we don't want anybody bringing some gangster ass shit up in here. Anyway, let me make sure that I didn't miss anybody. Of course, Les Bones, one of our producers here. Good to see you, Les Bones. D from Around the World with D and Friends. Check out their life. That lady D is a workaholic. I swear to God, she's like live all the time. It's like her and Willie, but Willie's. Let's talk about the secret show. Willie's is the secret show. Willie don't give you no warning or nothing. He's just like he comes out of the shadows like a ninja and strikes like a cobra with his shows. Miguel, of course, Rick. Okay. I think we got everybody there. All right. So let's get back to business here. Willie says, I'll talk to my friend Smeghead, who does music for my show. You know what? fuck it. Why not? Let's get some Smeghead on here. Just for the name alone. I don't even care. It could be like, you know, Polish country or, you know, Latvian rap. I don't care. Let's hear it, man. We got, I know, right? Smeghead. Isn't that great? Smeghead. You know what Smeg is short for, right, kids? Should I say, should I explain what Smeg is short for? I mean, I don't want to offend anybody out there. You know what? Fuck it. It's after midnight. You guys have turned into gremlins already. Somebody fed you or sprayed you with water. Yeah, exactly. Rhymes with schmegma. So if you don't know what schmegma is, it's so if a man who or anyone who has a unshorn penis, right? That means they're wearing a turtleneck downstairs. Maybe not everybody knows. You know what a pussy did? What? No, that's not what. No. What's up, Ghost Start? You see, now I'm all rattled. What happened? Velvet. Look, I was already nervous talking about it, and then you had to scold me. And fuck it, I'm going all the way. So anyway, so if you guys got a turtleneck, they don't clean up underneath the turtleneck, then some stuff builds up, and that's called smegma. So the moral of the story is, unshorn penis, make sure you check under the hood, you know. Change the oil if it's dirty, if you know what I'm saying. Exactly, V. We are Gen X, therefore we know everything. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. We've talking about like exotic like butt plugs and other sex toys on here, but you know, you draw the line at smegma? I'm not like showing pictures of it. Okay, you want me to show a clinical picture of smegma? Is that what you're saying, Velvet Trance? Okay, let me just look it up on the web here, and then we'll get a clinical picture because, you know, she wants to see it. No, we're not going to do that. This is a fucked up show, but it's not that fucked up. Yeah, no, we're not. No, we're not. Jim says new wave band named Smegmatics. Yes. You can't scare me. You're supposed to finish that. You can't scare me with a good time. Right? Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that smegma. Oh. Uh-oh. You know, scared the camera, baby. Anyway, so what were we talking about? You know, this show is very difficult to do with one person, especially one person who is quite stoned as I am right now. So I really have no idea how long this show will go on or how long the show has been going on. So there's that. Anyway, let's check in on, well, wait a minute. I know what I forgot to do. We got sponsors. They finally paid us. They didn't pay us in money. They paid us in drugs, but I can't say which ones. So anyway, so we're cool right now. So let's you know, check in on Big Ernie's Chicken Shack out there on the highway. That smell may or may not be a deceased corpse, but really nothing to see or smell here, officer. And Bud Spanky's Oral Sex Parlor. Careful, because there may be smegma, and Velvet will come and hunt you down. I don't know. I didn't really have anything for that. Then I got this thing. I'm just throwing this thing in because we hadn't talked about this as well. Hey, buddy. Oh, it hurts. Ow, it hurts. Oh, it burns like the sun. All right, fuck this. All right, it's going to come back, so I got to make it do that thing. Now it's going to be smegma all night, and it's all my fault. Well, I didn't intend it to be a smegma night. It was Jimmy's birthday, you know. I never would associate smegma with her. I don't think. I don't know. She may be like, "Fuck you, I got smegma," you know. I'm telling you, this show goes off the rails pretty damn quick when there's nobody else here. So, you know, in times like this, I like to turn to my chat. That is my peoples there in the chat who comfort me when it's when I'm sad, who warm me when it's cold outside, who feed me when I hunger. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I knew somebody was going to say something like that. Yes, I went to the School of Redundancy School to go start. So, anyway, thanks for chiming in. Damn, I was hoping nobody would mention that. Just tuning in. What's going on? Hello, Jordan. Good to see you. Well, here's what's happening. The sexy cam is frozen because apparently it's too sexy. Wait a minute, maybe it works now. Does it work now? No. Just me doing side eye, huh? Well, all right. Maybe not sexy enough. What about this? That no one needs to see ever again. Yeah, that camera is dead to me, so I don't know what's going on. I am corpus at times. Oh shit, you know what? I got that on the other one. If I don't know if I could do this or not. Hang on just a second. No, I don't think I can do this. Never mind. I'm not going to try and do it. What I am going to try and do though is I need to fix something here real quick. So be right back. In the meantime, pleasure yourselves in whatever means you find suitable in the location you may be in. Yeah. So anyway, there I was in the middle of Times Square eating a cheese sandwich when all of a sudden I was accosted by an Elmo. There are multiple Elmos in Times Square, don't you know? Yeah, so anyway, so this jackass comes up to me and he says, are you Jewish? I'm like, wait, what? Why the fuck does Elmo want to know if I'm Jewish, right? So I say, well, it's none of your business, but actually I do have a very small sliver. I found out through my sister, who is our family genealogist. I didn't go into all this whole story with this fucking piece of shit anti-Semite guy. So I'm just telling you guys the story of how I found out that I am just like a little tiny piece of Jewish person. So anyway, so we found out she did all the ancestry.com, so now the CIA and all that stuff has all her DNA. Good job, sis. Trying to stay under the radar, and you just walked up to the radar and said, hey buddy, what's going on? Anyway, so yeah, so we found out a bunch of white people, nothing shocking, but then we found out there's a little bit of Jewish heritage in there too. So I was like, all right, that's cool. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm just pointing it out just because I don't know. If I can get some street cred out of it, I'll take it. It's like Bryan Cranston when he was on when he was on Seinfeld. He said he converted to Judaism for just so he could tell the jokes. Snow Himbo says, I did Ancestry. Turns out I'm Scandinavian. Yeah, wait when you're like me. Melanin is not allowed within 500 feet of me. So I have to be like that kid, Powder. I don't remember this movie from the 90s. There was this movie in the 90s that starred the kid that went on to be in the Indiana Jones TV show. I can't remember his name. He's one of those 3 name guys. But anyway, he played with Jeff Goldblum in this movie Powder in the 90s. And so this kid, it was just like this like really reclusive kid, very, very pale, he's like literally white, like Casper white, right? And he would like do stuff with electricity and shit like that. Velvet says, I have no melanin, I live in the shadows. Oh yes, Vampira, you do indeed. But somehow you are sunshine in the darkness. I don't know how that works. It breaks the laws of physics somehow with photons, I think. I don't know. But somehow you make it work. Sean Patrick Flannery, Jerry Vassilatos coming in for the win. Last second co-host of Chicago Corner. That's on Tuesday and Friday nights at 7:30 Central. With the News Brothers, Ed Heller in the chat as well. So we are well represented with our Chicago contingent. Hopefully more Chicago people show up, right? Maybe we'll have like a rumble, like the Jets and whatever the others were. Oh, Jerry, on Facebook. Wow, that is pretty cool. Jerry, I think you're our very first like actual comment that made it on the big screen from Facebook. So thank you for tuning in on Facebook, by the way. Thanks for holding down the fort over there. Yes, Snow, spooky is Velvet is very spooky, but in a delicious sort of way. She's utterly delicious. I popped up in your feed. I know, you know why? Because I finally sprung some money for Restream, and now I actually know how to do it. Full disclosure, if you're a streamer and you ever use Restream, like you want to stream to multiple channels at the same time, like tonight, we are streaming on Facebook, as Jerry has pointed out to us. We're also on Rockfin with the guys and gals over there, holding it down, of course, YouTube, and we are on Rumble as well. So a lot of times, though, when you're trying to stream to Facebook, it turns into this, like, you have to know how to use Python to program shit. Sometimes, at least it is to me. And I'm an old AV TV production geek from way back, so but I love that kind of stuff. But sometimes Facebook, used to, you could just like set it and forget it. Now that I have the paid version of Restream, I set it and forget it. It's Ron Popeil, it's Ronco, set it and forget it. C++ is still the GOAT. Okay. I was just trying to, sound smarty with the Python there, but you got the C++ in there for a pissing contest. You will win said PP contest, good sir. I said good day.
Fuck you! It's magic!
Okay. So, whoa, what the hell? All right, so, oh shit, I forgot about this guy, because, if I don't do this, I get in Dutch with the hens. They come to my house and peck me in the middle of the night. Jerry, thanks for that. So like, share, and subscribe if you're newbies. Tell all your friends. You don't have any friends, be bright and personable for a couple of minutes and make some friends and tell them to watch the fucking show, okay? We need all the help we can get. Jerry, back on Facebook, said, we just use StreamYard and it goes to all my, yeah, StreamYard does the same thing. I have like a different setup here, so it's like I go through OBS Studio. I use StreamYard when I have guests, but I only use it for intake. I don't use it to broadcast from. Although the kids rave about it. I'm one of these gluttons for punishment when it comes to this kind of stuff. What did I do in video production? Okay, well, I believe I've told this story before. If I have, I apologize for the repeat, but for the unwashed, a long time ago in a land far, far away called Mississippi, I was a news producer and a few TV stations down there in the early, in the 90s and a little bit of the 2000s. But before that, I was in TV production, so I studied that in school too. I'm a communications major, so it was funny because while I was going to college, I was working at the TV station, and we would do video editing and, you know, cameras and stuff like that. And so while I'm in school, we have TV production classes. So I already know the shit day one because I've been working at the TV station, the real TV station, for a year. And you got all these kids in there that don't know what the hell they're doing. So I end up, and the teacher is like one of these tech guys. He's a tech guy that knows his tech shit. He just doesn't know how to teach it because he's not a people person. And he also looked like if Jeff Goldblum, again, and David Letterman had got into the fly pod and had transmuted together. He looked like a combo of the two. Willie said OBS fried my computer 2 years ago. Yeah, you need a bit of a weighty computer to do that. Oh, did we use Final Cut? You are so precious. No, man, this was the 90s, man. This was linear editing. We're talking like on 3/4 inch tapes, and if you were lucky, you could use Sony Beta tapes. Fun fact. For all those in the 80s, you know, when the VCRs came out, right? There was two types of VCRs. You had VHS. I mean, for commercial use, you had all kinds of like stuff in the classroom with these big giant 1-inch tape, you know, just that kind of shit. But I'm talking about at home, right? So you had you had the VHS, which went on to become the most popular commercial format, and Betamax was better quality, but it was more. It was more expensive, right? So people said, well, we will take the lesser quality for the much cheaper price. So everybody thought Beta was dead. It just went into the ether, you know, like New Coke and Crystal Pepsi and all that shit. But no, actually, TV stations started using Beta, and kind of like in the last days of videotape in TV production. Probably Betamax was used, and then digital tape came along, like DAT, like they used in audio recordings. They were doing that, but then finally it became just these non-linear. They started using computers and stuff like that. So my first taste was with Final Cut. To talk about that aspect of it. So I learned linear editing. So you had 2 tape decks, and then you had a third deck that you recorded on. So you had 3 tape decks. And and you had it called your A-B roll, you know, and you had to sync them up, and then you might have like a little switcher board here where you could set your in points and out points. And don't even get me started on control track. That's a whole other can of worms. Sorry, I got this new hi sugar pops Scooby Dooby Dooby. So I got this new gooseneck thing here because I thought the microphone was too far away from my mouth. So now it's right here. Now there's this little red light. Watch, it's E.T. Wait, I got to do it like this. Ouch. Okay. Anyway, yes, porn industry standardized VHS as well because film was too expensive, so they had to go to tape because they are cheap bastards, and that's why porn is no good anymore. Porn is just for masturbation. It's not an art form anymore. Come on, guys. You know, these scripts are horrible. I just got to tell you, it's just the worst. I enjoy the porn for like 30 or 45 seconds that I need it for, and then I'm good, you know. But sometimes I need a little of that OG stuff, so I'll flip it to you go on the Pornhub or wherever your favorite site is and look for the vintage or the retro. Ooh, fuck yeah, Willie Bragg, you know what's up, baby. 70s had the best porn. Hell yeah. People today be like, oh, all that hair. Oh, and they ate vaginas that were hairy. Oh, that shit looked like a kraken, son. That shit was like, ah! That shit looked like the fucking Predator, man. Yeah, exactly. You can continue watching where you left off. Exactly. Or, you know, sometimes you have your favorites, you know, sometimes I have my go-tos, you know, because I try some of the new stuff and just, you know, don't cut the mustard, if you know what I'm saying. Exactly. 70s porn had stories. They had actual scripts. The shit was a feature length. They're like an hour and a half, 2 hours long, man. They had like, they went places. They're like shooting the shit in like Monte Carlo, you know, the south of France, you know, all these places and shit. You know, now it's like, you know, it's like a Motel 6, you know, somewhere in the valley. You know, just like, hey, put your dick in her. Oh, man, I can hear the director. He said, put your dick in her. I don't know why we end up talking about porn on this show a lot. But we do. So here we are. The Jill Kelly era was peak. I am not familiar with Jill Kelly. I am familiar with Raquel Damian, though. Raquel Damian, holy fuck. Let me see if I got a picture of her. Let me see. Goddamn, y'all gotta see this girl. Fuck. I ain't gonna show her naked, though. You know, we want to actually keep this show here. I think Darian, not Damien, it's Raquel Darian is her name. Oh, shit. I'm doing the wrong thing. God damn it. Why, God? Why? ¿Por qué, Dios? Okay. What? Come on, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. All right. She's very pretty. See, now I'm going all through this bullshit all for nothing. All right. I think I'm pretty much doing this. Anyway. All right, fuck it. I'm not going to show her. You got to Google it. Okay? Anyway, enough of that. Sorry. Coitus interruptus. I don't know what I'm talking about. See, this is why I need Jimmy here. Jimmy steers the boat. Hey, speak of the devil and he will appear. Yeah, we were saying nice things about you, honey. We was talking all niceties about you. You got some fans up in here, brother man. So yeah, Skip EG right here, Desolate Visions and Phat Patsy. The dual threat. Thank you for saying I look good. I needed a little positive affirmation. So, you know, sometimes I'm feeling a little fat and bloated, you know, and sometimes I don't feel pretty enough. You know? Oh, who are we Googling? All right, I'll put it in the chat here. Okay. It's RACQUELDARRIEN, I think. I think that's her name, maybe. Raquel Darian. This is it. This is this chick right here. Anywho's, so yeah, so she was one of my favorites in the 80s. I'll never forget the first time I ever saw a porno movie. I was in junior high, right? So you think about kids today. There's kids today. Oh, thank you, Laura. I didn't see you tip $2. That's very nice. Thank you so much. So I was over at my friend Charlie's house. We're going to keep the last names out of it, even though there's no way in hell any of those people are ever going to watch this show, but you never know. They may have to show this in court for some reason, and I don't want to get in Dutch with those people. So, yes, Nina Hartley still looks good. Yeah, she's a GILF by now, a GILF, but she's still packing heat. So yeah, it was, I think I was like 13, 14. I don't know. I'm over at my friend Charlie's house, and Charlie, you know, when when you're in elementary school and junior high, you always got the one kid who's the same age as you, but is like somehow a lot more mature and tough and stuff like that. And just kind of like, he's kind of like the big brother of the group, only he's like the same age, one of those kind of cats. Anyway, so we're over at his house, of course, because he's the only one who has his shit. His dad was a mailman, and I can't remember what his mom did. But anyway, one time, so this was back in the days, right, in the 80s. They had CB radios, so that they would communicate with each other. So they had one in the truck, and then they had a thing at home. So so this was before cell phones, obviously, even before the big brick shits. So people had CB. So they'd call the house. They'd be like, "Hey, we'll be back in about 10, 20 minutes," something like that. So his parents went off somewhere pretty far away, like a couple hours away. But we're going to be back, a few hours later. So Charlie brought the guys over. He said, we're watching porn. And my mind escapes the name of the chick. But she's the white blonde chick that she tried to go legit. She's the one that they had to get rid of all the porn that she did when she was 16. Who is that chick? And she's been in like a lot of B movies and stuff, like non-porn stuff. So anyway, so she was in it. Tracy Lords, thank you, Velvet. You are a sweetheart. So yes, Tracy B. Lords. Yes, Tracy. Look at everybody. Tracy Lords. Yes, Laura. Right. So you're talking about Raquel Darian, right? Oh, I googled her. Dang, her body looks just what? Oh shit, Laura, damn, girl, you hot. Good for you, girl. You go get you whatever you want. I don't know what you want, but you go get it. Look, you just kidding. Aw, April Fools in July. Clearly Gen X. You're silly. Guys, okay, so, so anyway, Tracy Lords was in it. I was like, wow, this is some crazy shit. Cause I was a little kid. A girl can dream, of course. A guy can dream too. So I lived on the farm. I saw how animals were born, right? Like dogs and cats and chickens and goats and stuff like that. You saw all kinds of ways of stuff. And you saw all kinds of ways that they bred too, they had sex. And I thought, okay, well, that goes there and that goes there. Right? That's how that works. So I see porn for the first time, and I see where the shit actually goes, where my shit would actually go if I was ever lucky enough to be within the striking distance of a female human with a vagina. So anyway, I watched that porn in awe. I was like, I wasn't shocked. I wasn't like, yes, it's great. I was sitting there just going, interesting. That? You can do that too with that? Let me write that shit down. So yeah, so I took some notes. And especially the oralingus, is it oralingus? I took note of that, and I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but beep beep. Let's just say, when all of the ladies in my life, the buffet was always open to me, and it was all I could eat. I don't know why I said striking distance. Not striking like I want to strike them. No. And then came the YouTube ban. Cunnilingus. What did I say? Oralingus? That's like oral toothpaste, isn't it? I got to do this, otherwise I stay blurry. Are you going to focus, camera? There you go. Fuck off. All right. Thank you. I see that you get educated on this show. Cunnilingus. And then, of course, there's the dirty downstairs. The analingus. The eating of the poo-poo pipe. Not a fan. Not gonna say I ever tried. But you know, some people, you know, if they cleaned it up good and promised me that it didn't anything spooky the night before, well, you know, we might have to get, we might have to talk about that. All you can eat sushi bar. Y'all still dirty over there on the rock fins. We still quiet over here. Talk about the real secret show. The real secret show is on Rumble, because I know there's a couple people watching. So whoever's watching on Rumble, appreciate you. You know, tell your friends, you know, we got a show on Saturday nights at midnight Eastern. Usually there's a smart, good-looking chick here with me, but unfortunately she's not. But I do have this. We got her with the parental advisory there. You know, she's always saying something shocking. Yeah, so she's there. And then if we ever, I don't know, let me make sure I don't have anything horrible in there. Oh, okay, good. You know, and then there's, she's like, there she is. Oh, with the chickies. The chickadee doo-dahs. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point. It's almost 1 o'clock here on the East Coast. Let's get back to the chat. See what you knuckleheads are up to. So, I can't stick my tongue into any... I wish I could say this in your voice, Willie. I can't stick my... No, that's what's his name? The older gentleman that's on Dee's show a lot of times. Anyway, I can't stick my tongue into any poo-poo hole, but to each is their own. Exactly. To each poo-poo show. Poo-poo show? Wait, what? There's a reason it's called Secret Show, of course. Some of these, well, yeah, if you're talking about eating poo-poo holes in the middle of the night, I mean, this ain't exactly, you know, stuff you're going to see on RBN or any other channels that actually do important stuff. They're talking about exposing the elites and the, you know, the shitty politicians and, you know, trying to get mutual aid and stuff to people out here. We're talking about eating poo-poo holes here. So, you know, I don't think this is lowbrow. I think this is like no brow. This is, this is some awful stuff. Exactly, Ed. It is poo-poo-licious, but it is. It's blue humor, right? It is. It's very Red Foxy in that sort of way. Toss that salad. Exactly. Those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They call it again. Smashing back doors in. We are dirt bag leftists for a reason. That's right. Yeah, of course, Abby ain't going to tell you about eating poo-poo holes. But the elites are the ones eating poo-poo holes. I see what you did there, Jim. Pun intended. I married a perfect specimen, but I can't do the do-do-do. The do-do. The do-do-do. The da-da-da. I ain't sticking my tongue in there. Da-da. The poo-poo-poo. The ka-ka-ka. That's it. The poo-poo-poo. The ka-ka-ka. I won't stick my tongue in that hole. Ba-ba. For fans of the police or for fans off limits. Oh, no, not the police. Oh, man. Why you got to bring the hate child in here? Come on, Skip. I thought we were cool, buddy. Oh, man. See, this is why Jimmy is here. Jimmy is the one. She rights the ship when it goes astray. This thing ain't even a ship anymore. This is just a couple of boards floating in the water. We're being circled by the sharks. The police. Oh my God. Turns in the machine. Oh, stop, camera. Every time I say poo-poo, it goes out of focus. What the fuck's wrong with you? The police. That's the best. Oh, thank you for that. That wins the internet. Oh shit. So anyway, I only have one other thing. So it's kind of fortunate that Jimmy's taking her birthday night off. So I don't even know if this is going to work or not. God help us if it does. So apparently Africa is, I am, man, running amok without Jimmy. Jimmy's my rudder, man. She's my guiding light, man. I'm just out here like a drunkard on his way home from the bar and forgot his car keys and doesn't know how to walk anymore. I don't know. That may have been a kind of a indirect cry for help. Anyway, so Africa's splitting into two, right? It's going to be two continents in about like 30 to 50 million years. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if this shit's going to work. We're going to see. We're going to run it up the old flagpole and see if anybody salutes. So, yeah, so this is just a brief video. We'll talk about this in a second. Let's talk about it. And hopefully, let's see. Does it work?
Fear, it's a natural.
Okay. All right. Here we go. And
Africa
action.
Is splitting in two. But don't fear, it's a natural process and will take at least 50 million years. The East African Rift Valley stretches over 3,000 kilometers from the Gulf of Aden towards Zimbabwe, splitting the African plate into two unequal parts. In many areas, it's not noticeable, but that changed toward the end of March 2018 when a large crack suddenly appeared in southwestern Kenya. The crack is several kilometers long and
Hunter Biden was also seen in the area with a pipe and a large smile on his face. You're welcome.
caused part of the Nairobi-Narok highway to collapse. How did this happen? The Earth's lithosphere, formed by the crust and the upper part of the mantle, is broken up into a number of tectonic plates. These plates aren't static, they glide over a viscous layer below. The forces generated at the boundaries between plates can also cause them to crack. This forms a rift.
I do too.
Potentially leads to the creation of new plate boundaries. This is what is happening in East Africa. Beneath the Earth's surface, the rise of a large
To full disclosure, too, Asthenosphere was our original band name for our alt rock band in college, but we did change it to Magma Plume because we got more chicks.
mantle plume is doming the lithosphere upwards. This causes it to weaken as the temperature rises. It will undergo stretching and breaking. Volcanic and seismic activity also help the process. A portion of the rift in Ethiopia started 30 million years ago. It spread southwards towards Zimbabwe at a mean rate up to 5 centimeters a year. The rift has split roads and even homes in two. The Kenyan government has filled portions with rocks and cement to allow cars to pass.
Yeah, isn't that pretty cool? So yeah, so there's gonna be like two Africas. So Toto is gonna have to rename that song to something else. I don't know why I put that up. I didn't mean to put that up. Sorry. Yeah, so God bless the rains down in East Africa. Let's see, or West Africa. That doesn't really, doesn't really do things. Did you say schmagma plume? Why, Rick, why on God's green earth would you bring back the schmagma? Are you talking about a combination of magma and schmegma? Are you doing an earth and biology mashup? Because that sounds great. Oh, Laura, you're so sweet. She said, but you get chicks now, right? Only when I go to the farm and they hatch out of the egg. I don't feel sexy. Shut up. Fuck those chickens. Rick, you're right. It's all connected, man. It is. Over easy. guys, you know, I've been wanting to have a night. My schedule in my IRL job is hey Sherry, good to see you. Hello, welcome. No Jimmy tonight. It's her birthday, so if you you know, you got all her connections. Wish her happy if you haven't done so already. She's a nice broad. We like her around here. I totally forgot what I was talking about. Fuck it. It's probably wasn't even worth it. So, yeah. So I don't understand what's going on here. Oh yeah, okay. So even the OnlyFans is turned off. You're damn right. It's hot up in here. Oh, okay. So I had this idea for a show on Wednesday, like Wednesdays at midnight. I know nobody would watch it because people are just like like Tuesday night going into Wednesday, like right after Chicago Corner, after they go off, right? I know they go off well before midnight my time, right? So come on at midnight for an hour, and it's just called Weird Wednesday, right? And we just talk about weird shit. Not like Mundus Ultra, we would talk about like the cool, like the really fun weird stuff. We'll talk about like weird stuff, maybe like some creepy pastas and stuff like that, you know, like weird shit. So I was thinking about that. So if you were thinking about if you want to do that, just let me know, and we'll make those dreams come true. I'm always trying to provide new and fun entertainment for the masses. Hopefully, you know, we can make those dreams come true. So, flagpole sitter lyrics. I had visions, I was in them, I was looking into the mirror to see a little bit clearer the rottenness and evil in me. And then something else, but I forgot. I got sick, but now I'm well, or some shit. I used to listen to that song on repeat, like a bunch, and now I've forgotten all the words to it, because I got high. Ooh, I should remember this shit, but then I got high. Were you singing along too? Hell yeah, man. I love that song, man. Oh, it's such a great song. It's great early 90s goodness, the weird music that came out in that era. You know, you had like shit from like the Single soundtrack, you know, that's where you had a lot of your, you know, Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and shit like that. That's good stuff. That was a good era. And then you had the, you know, oh, who was the one that did that song? Mary Moan, she's a vegetarian. Mary Moan, or is it she don't eat meat, but she stole like the bone. Do 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 rock. You know that song? What's that song? What is that song? And I forgot who does it. But there was that in that era too. There was like Cowboy Mouth had Jenny Says, crickets. We got two kinds of music here, country and western. Yeah, so Harvey Danger reminds me of the Turtles if they were a 1990s punk band. And I gotta be honest with you, I really only know Flagpole Sitter. I from time to time I've gone back and re-listened to music that I didn't really pay attention to when it was popular, when it was out. Like Flock of Seagulls. You know, they played Iran on the radio all the fucking time, and you're like, fuck a flock of seagulls. A fuck of seagulls. That's what I say. A fuck of seagulls. Dead-Eye Dick. Thank you, Miguel. See? Miguel is Wikipedia if they weren't evil. And you know what?
Fuck you! It's magic!
It's fucking magic, man. That guy's mad. Miguel is magic. You should change your name to Magic. Like Magic Johnson. You know. His name wasn't really Magic. It was something else. And I forgot. Because I'm a stoner and my brain is cheese. And it's 1:10 in the morning. And I probably will only get 5 hours sleep tonight. Which is fine. Magic H. That's right. You got that right. That's Magic H. Oh, Willie with his name dropping. I got drunk with a flock of seagulls. That's a very interesting story. I think you told that on the show, right? When you was on Extra Bulla. I think when you came on, we was talking about that. Yeah, I went back and listened. I did the whole, like, download the shit from, torrent. I'm not buying that shit. Fuck that. But I did download it and I appreciated it because there's a lot of good stuff in there. It's very, like, if you're a blind person and you want to know what the 1980s was like, you listen to Flock of Seagulls, because that shit, listen to the synthesizers and all that shit. You don't even need to see the fucked up weird hair and all that. Just listen to it. No, not an actual flock of seagulls, Ed. Unless the actual birds know how to play, a Hammond B3 or a Korg, which I highly doubt, the whole don't have fingers kind of thing. But Ed, thanks for trying, Ed. Harvey Danger did a great version of Save It for Later. Okay. Yeah, of course, Laura. Don't shag a seagull, right? Be fucking birds. It's weird, man. That's some weird shit, man. Yeah. So that was one of the bands that I went back and listened to. That I thought, man, they're pretty good. That you should try that. Like I don't know. I did when I was a kid. I was kind of immersed in more of the 70s, like Southern rock. Because I used to hang out with my middle sister a lot, and she listened to a lot of that stuff. But she had a very eclectic taste too. She would listen to Air Supply. She would listen to REO Speedwagon. She would listen to the Eagles, the Oak Ridge Boys. She had the Urban Cowboy soundtrack that she played on repeat. What else? Rodney Millsap. So she was kind of in the country, but she was kind of into the more of the Southern rock too. She didn't have any Skynyrd stuff, but she liked Skynyrd. And when you listen to Skynyrd in the South, it's like listening to the national anthem. Like, people just stop what they're doing. They'll be driving and they'll pull over if they hear Freebird, because that is the Confederate States of America's national anthem, is Freebird. So everybody has to pull over. They have to stop, have to light a lighter, or do the stupid phone thing. I'm not doing the phone thing. I think that's stupid. Stupid phones at concerts. No, man, fuck the fucking lighter, man. There's an element of danger there. And you're like, well, the phone could blow up, man, because batteries, man. They're like, all right, touche. But still, the lighter's better. And I know it doesn't, doesn't burn your finger when you have the phone. It's fuck yeah, Freebird. Thank you, Velvet. I know, right? That kind of reminds me when we were the rejects from the Village People. You remember that, Skippy? I was the wet nurse, and you were the pipe fitter, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I think you know what I mean. Country Southern rock was big in the 1970s. People loved Cash, Willie Nelson. Hell yeah, man. I love me some, man. We had AM radio, man. We had WIGG in Wiggins, Mississippi. The New Country. And it wasn't New Country at all. It was all, because the New Country promo was like maybe 30 or 40 years old. That's how old this station was. But yeah, they'd play like Hank Williams Sr., you get like some Roy Clark in there, some Buck Owens, that kind of stuff. Man, some good shit. And they also had a bluegrass festival in Wiggins. I think they still do. I had it when I was a kid there. It was great, man. You go out there, big open, right underneath the pecan trees, right? Everybody get the yard chairs. They bring them out there. They have a stage. Everybody play some bluegrass. It was great, man. Yeah, TV show Hee Haw. The international time and day for Hee Haw was Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Central time on Saturdays. And you were required by law, if you were a Southerner, to watch Hee Haw. Else there were repercussions that I can't go into at this point due to legal ramifications that are still ongoing to this day. But I can say that I totally forgot what the hell I was talking about, and it probably wasn't worth it. AM radio in ear-shattering mono. That's right. Don't forget that crumbly sound to it too, man. I tell you what, man, ain't nothing better than listening to Supertramp's Take the Long Way Home on AM radio in the back seat of a 1980 Chevy Malibu with shitty speakers. You watched it at your house? What did you watch at your house? Now I feel like I'm in that movie Memento. Wait a minute, you missed the Hollywood? Oh, you missed the Hollywood Bowl because you're not in Hollywood anymore. Okay, I thought, what'd they do with the bowl? I've never went to the Hollywood Bowl. I passed by it a few times, and I lived not too far away from there, but never got a chance to go to the Hollywood Bowl there. I went to the Hollywood Sign one time. Are you going to watch Oppenheimer? Is that directed to me, Les Bones? Eventually, sure. I like Christopher Nolan movies. I don't buy into the hype. You know, I figure every movie at this point is pretty much going to be a dud till they prove otherwise. And that's pretty sad too. And these folks that are out in Hollywood that are striking for these writers and everybody that are striking for more money. I don't know, man. That's gonna be a tough sell. Because there's a lot of this shit in Hollywood right now is not good. It is not good. Not a lot of good TV, not a lot of good movies. Definitely not worth going to see movies like Les Bones and I know about. We both live in big cities, and going to see a movie in the theater better be like, this is the only way I can see this movie is on this movie screen. For the amount of money that they charge, right? And they're starting to police the shit out of people. Like, they almost do like airport pat downs to make sure you ain't bringing in that Trader Joe candy, which is cheap as fuck. Make sure you go to Trader Joe's, get your movie candy. Don't buy that shit in there. That money don't go to crippled people and kids. That goes to greedy people. Go get that shit at Trader Joe's. Yes, all horrible writing nowadays, right? And the writers want more money. I'm telling you, man, this Chat GPT, is going to do it, man. Oppenheimer at the Bohemian Grove. God, that sounds like fucking, what is it? Pink Floyd at Pompeii. Oppenheimer at the Bohemian Grove live this Saturday with special guest Crocus. You know why? Because it's always special guest Crocus. Exactly. Cannot watch a whole movie anymore. Nothing intriguing or original. I know, right? I mean, there are some hidden gems here and there. I go mostly the independent route when I want to watch something of substance. Hey, what's up? I gotta say, Oz, our buddy Oz, back in action tonight on Beauty and the Boomer. Great show as always, my friend, and I'm glad you're feeling better. You look gorgeous. Don't go changing. I don't know what you're eating, but keep eating it because you look fabulous. So, yeah, very good show tonight, as always. See, I like to think of this show as like this is the Dollar Tree version of Beauty and the Boomer. They do like high production quality stuff with the refacing, the editing and the stuff. And they're just like, you know, they're just like slamming stuff left and right. And it's just glorious. And you get on this show and we're talking about eating assholes. You know, fuck. Anyway. What are your thoughts on Ligma? What's Ligma? I'm not hip. I don't know what the fuck Ligma is. Come on, man. If you tell me what Ligma is, I may have some thoughts on it. Because if it may be something, I know what it is. Oh, you mean eating taints and not buttholes or vaginas? Ligma balls. Ah, there it is. I see. I set him up. You knock him down. Lick my balls. Say, taking advantage of an old high guy. There's a special place in hell for you guys. But no, that was funny. Lick my balls. I thought you were going to say, you banked at Bofa, right? Like, Bofa these nuts. These nuts. These nuts. Sherry, we've chased you off. Our work is done. I'm sorry, sweetie. But you know what you got yourself into. You've seen this show before. You know, we're not delicate around here. But we love you. Have a great night. Get some rest. I'd say get some beauty rest, but you don't need it, sweetheart. You're already gorgeous, okay? Velvet wrapping it up with a bow says, this is the 12-year-old humor I came for. Exactly. 12-year-old humor in a 54-year-old body. Exactly. Sherry is all business. Sherry came to see Jimmy, and Jimmy was not here. Just some old guy talking about eating poo-poo or some shit. No, Sherry knows. She knows. She's cool. She's got better things to do, and I wish her very well because she should do those things that are better. 10-year-old humor? What is this, a bidding war? We went from what? We went from 13 to 10, 12 to 10. Do I hear 8? 1 for the bonus hole. There you go. Do you play golf? No, but I stick my balls in holes sometimes. I got nothing. This show's running out of gas. Folks, I'm amazed we've gone this long, to be honest with you. So anyway, before I forget, I just want to let you guys know that our buddy Franco from Frank Analysis, he is going to be joining me next week. We're trying to set up a time as soon as we can. I'll put the word out. For Mundus Ultra, he's going to be on Mundus Ultra, and we're going to talk about Washington D.C. and all the cool, funky, evil, Masonic symbols and shit like that, and all that stuff that you may have read about maybe in a Dan Brown novel or something like that. But I'm going to ask him the real deal because, Franco, he shoots straight. So, he's going to give us the straight poop, not to eat, but to learn from. I mean, not like actual literal excrement. He says, give us information. I called it the poop. Yeah. So anyway, good night, Skip. It's probably going to be my cue to get out of here too, because I got to get up a little bit early in the morning and do my IRL stuff. But I want to say thanks everybody for letting me rant and talk with you guys. I feel like when me and Jimmy are on here, I mean, Jimmy really is a great conversationalist, and we have some good conversations too. And I feel like a lot of times I ignore everybody in the chat. I don't mean to. I'm kind of like running like a few other things here and there, so I'm kind of like the Dollar Tree Oz behind the scenes, making all this shit work. So I don't mean to ignore people if you're trying to like say something in the chat or something. So I'm going to hopefully try and pay a little more attention, particularly on Rockfin 2, because I tend to, stoner out and get stupid. And exactly. Les Bones said Jimmy Sunderland's better than Jimmy Dore. Well, she's better for me because she actually shows up. I've asked Jimmy to come on, Jimmy Dore, and he says, who are you? And then I go cry because, even though I've been rejected thousands upon thousands of times, each one is as deadly and as painful as the last. They never get better.
I'm fooling you and you don't like it.
Basically, I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for showing up this evening. So yeah, I'll let you know about the Mundus Ultra for next week. And August is coming up here pretty soon too. Think about that. So we got through one hellish heat month, get through another hellish heat month, and then eventually we start seeing some relief. You know, if you live in the South or like in Texas or somewhere down there that's really hot, it's gonna be a while before it gets cool again. Usually around here in Brooklyn, in New York, it gets cool around the beginning to the middle of October. Like it starts getting like that chill, right? The heat goes away and you start getting the fall crisp that comes in, you know? Anyway, but in the meantime, there's going to be hot days ahead. There may not be a few shows here and there because of the heat, because I really don't want to run this shit in like 100 degrees. If it's 100 degrees at midnight, first off, kill me. Second, my God, I could probably melt lead. I mean, that's probably not true, but maybe. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, you know, so don't quote me. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for letting me talk about smegma and whatever else the fuck we talked about. I'll come back and watch this. I'll come back and watch this show and cringe as I usually do and go, my God, why did I say that? That was so dumb. But anyway, I love all of you. Thank you for showing up this evening. If you were watching shows earlier like Political Matrix or Willie Bragg Show or Beauty and the Boomer or watching Misty's show, Bitch with Comrade Misty, great shows on Saturday nights, right? There's no reason to ever watch Saturday Night Live, only if you want to like if you have somebody in your life that you despise and you want to pull a Clockwork Orange on them and, you know, hold their eyes open and make them watch Saturday Night Live, then, you know, Political Matrix is still going on. That's awesome. Those guys are fucking champs, man. Fucking Marcus and Chris, man. They are like marathon guys. They'll go into the morning. It'll probably be 2 days later. And they all have like these like wild man, mountain man beards, you know, and they're still talking about shit. Excellent stuff though. But seriously, great variety of shows on Saturday night. Highly recommend all of them if you're new to the group. Obviously, if you've been watching all of these shows, you know, I'm just preaching to the choir, but if you're new, check out all these shows. As for me, if you want to donate to the show, that's great. Links are in the description down below. We appreciate any kind of change that you could throw at us. If you can't afford it, obviously don't do it. Take care of yourself. Take care of the ones you love and everybody around you. We'll be all right here. Hopefully in the future, once we do get enough support financially, maybe we can start doing some more kind of cool stuff. Maybe some going to actual places and covering events and stuff like that. That's the next on the list for doing stuff with the shows. You know, obviously we can't do a gaming show like live somewhere unless we're at somebody's house, and that'd be kind of weird, I guess. So you want to show somebody's house. It's kind of, anyway. I'm rambling. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you so much. I love everybody. We'll see you next time. Be sure to check the channel here in Mundus Ultra too, for next show times and stuff like that. And on Twitter, just check me out at W Dearman right there. You know, and I'll let you know the shit there too. Peace out. Keep your ass clean, especially if somebody's gonna eat it. And it's, oh God, Jungle Swamp. I don't even want to finish that. That's just. I mean, seriously, don't even touch an ass until winter. Seriously.
Shut up, bitch!
groovy.